Welcome back to my channel. I'm CoCo Covie for all you guys that don't know. In today's episode, I'm gonna show you how I made this beautiful fire red 24-inch unit. It is so amazing, and how I customized her hairline. And before I forget, I am planning to make a Q&A. You can ask whatever question you want to ask. I'm gonna pick 10 to 15 questions and answer them. There was one question that I saw that I really want to just answer right now. It was from CoCo Covie. She asked if I just make straight wigs. I don't just do straight wigs, but that's what clients currently ask for. I can make so many textures. If you want to see a curly wig, write it in the comment section down below and I will make a tutorial. So now, just keep on watching.
Starting with the closure. This time I didn't use Expression, I used Darling Superstar, but I must say I prefer Expression braiding hair more than Darling Superstar because Darling Superstar has a different type of texture, but for the wig it was okay. I take the hair out of its packaging, take that little scrunchie and use it later, and then I cut off some braiding hair for me to do my closure. Anytime I make a closure, I cut the hair into 4 because my closures don't need to be so long. And this is actually enough. So I cut it off and I don't stretch out the ends because this is perfectly fine. I just take it like this and take my brush and I brush it really well because it has to be tangle free. Then next I use my already prepped mannequin head where my lathe closure is already set. I put white paper underneath for me to see the grids more easier. I have previously already explained how I ventilate, but just for the demonstration purposes of this video, I'm gonna show you how I ventilate again. I grab some hair, loop it through the hole and continue the process. I have a line after line system because I like to have a system while ventilating my closures. Make sure you don't grab too much hair because if you grab too much hair, it's gonna look bumpy. And be very gently while choking your latch hook through because if you're not careful enough, you're gonna rip the lace and that's not what you want. So this is the process some hours later, and as you can see, very nice. And because my client wants to have a center part and she has a widow's peak, I decided to customize her hairline. I shifted the hairline a little further front in the middle because she has a widow's peak. And because she wanted to have a center part, I decided to make the center part more visible by making the part in the middle a little wider than usual. Because normally doing this ventilation system, you can part the hair anywhere you want, but because she requested a central part, it is more visible like this. And I didn't pluck anything. As you can see, the closure is now done, and you can see how I shifted the hairline a little further front because she has a widow's peak. So that's the reason why I customized her closure. Crocheting the wig. Now I take the hair out of its other packaging, and this is the way I just cut the hair. I make it very simple. You can cut it either into 3 or into 2. I cut one into 3. This is the one that I cut into 3, and the other one that was in the packaging 2, I cut that one into 2 and put the longer hair that I cut into 2 in the back and the shorter hair in the front so that it has that natural layering. And again, don't do this. Just leave it like that and it's going to come out great, believe me. This time I tried something out and it really worked very well. I tinted my wig cap because her hair is going to be red. So I decided to make the wig cap red so that it's not going to be so visible. So now I attach my closure onto my mannequin head with some little pins as usual, and then use that crochet that I told you about before and tie up the closure. So in the back right here, I'm going to use the longer piece, and in the front I'm going to use the short piece because she wants to have layered hair. As I always say, you have to have a system while doing anything you do. I like to crochet my wigs angled. I'm going to show you what I mean with angled system. I crochet diagonal. That works for me very well. This is the way I like to crochet. You can decide on how you want to crochet, if you want to crochet into any hole or into every second hole, but I crochet into every hole. I never skip a line because I want the hair to be full. And as usual, I connected the closure with the wig, making some little knots along the line. And this is the hair after my straightening treatment, very nice and flowy. I'm so waiting for this installation because it looks so good. And this is the inside of my wig. As you can see, there's no big difference between the braiding hair and the wig cap. It looks very, very nice and clean. That's the reason why I decided to tint my wig cap. Now be very careful while chopping off the inside piece of your closure because you don't want to cut the closure. If you cut the closure here, then that's the end. Then all your work was for nothing's sake. So please be very careful while cutting this. So now that the inside piece is off, you can really see how nice the closure is looking, how straight the line is. My client is a fair lady, and that's the reason why I decided to use a light closure. You cannot use a dark lace on a light person. That's what I noticed. So that's the reason why I used light lace this time. So this is the hair, and now onto the installation. My client has very, very full and soft hair. She is right now transitioning. Her roots are very curly, and this is the braiding hair that I chose to use. Her hair is very, very healthy. And this is the finished look. I really, really loved this installation because in my city, I've never seen somebody have fiery red hair like this. She looks so good, like come on. So if you want to see more wigs in different textures, write it in the comment section down below and I will make a tutorial. So see you next week. Bye.